All right, next question from the same person. I can't pronounce her name, I apologize. What are other criteria that you look for sales reps besides being a good in communication and a good salesperson? Well, I think that the criteria you want to look at is someone motivated by money. Because, right, the way you set up that tiered structure that we just talked about is you want to incentivize them to be like, look, you can make as much money as you want. And here's the other thing. You have to be ready and psychologically prepare yourself that your sales reps could potentially make more than you. And that would be fine. And you almost should have a goal as that, because look, I'm fully believe in paying yourself well, but don't rape the company, right? For the first couple of years, we raped the company. I mean, any profit in there, we're like, wow, we would just grab it up and eat it up. And then we realized that if we wanted to scale and grow and build this for the long run, we needed to invest back in and use that money. And we paid ourselves a modest salary. We paid ourselves a base salary, no profit sharing or any of that. It didn't count that. Maybe like 150 to 200,000 in salary. But at the time we were doing that, we were probably 1.5, 2 million. So just to give you kind of a baseline. But the other criteria that you look for is I think the most important part is someone that understands the solutions that you deliver and can actually help the prospect before they sign the contract, right? So it kind of goes back to, that's the reason why you're such a good salesperson probably, right? Or all of you watching this, you're like, no one can sell as good as me. The reason being is because you guys are knowledgeable and you actually can provide advice to your prospect. So then they trust you and like you and that kind of stuff. And that's the quality that I look in a salesperson of, can they ask questions? If they can ask questions, like we would have competitions and say, how many questions can you ask in a meeting? Because the cool thing that I always tell people about questions is when you ask a question, it changes the focus to them, which in their eyes, they are the star. Everybody loves talking about themselves. So what we would do is we would ask a ton of questions in order for the prospect to tell us everything. And then what we would do is, like the salesperson, I would want them to do is saying, based on everything that they've told you from the answers, then you need to come at them and say, well, based on everything you said, here's what we recommend you do. Not just lay out options, right? You don't want a sales rep to just make 1,000 calls. I'd rather a sales rep make 5 targeted calls a day if they did a ton of research, because they're going to be a lot more effective. So it's not about, I want to have someone banging the phones. It's also, you also got to think about, what kind of sales rep do I want? Do I want a hunter? Do I want a farmer? Our thing that we wanted was, we wanted more of a farmer, because they could provide knowledge, because we created a lead generation system so we could feed them leads, and then they could just farm that out, or they would just farm that all those leads, and then bring us in when it counted. But those are the traits. Money driven, ask a lot of questions, very personable, and very knowledgeable. The knowledge part is crucial. I want you to join the conversation. Make sure you comment and subscribe. Thanks for giving me your most valuable asset, your time.